Welcome to Forexically. Today, I'll be teaching us how to download, install, and navigate our MT4 app on mobile. I'll be taking us through how to download, install, and navigate our MT4 app. Please subscribe, hit the subscribe button below, and also feel free to share your comments and thoughts. Thank you. I'll be taking us on steps to using your MT4 mobile. In this tutorial, we will be explaining how to download, install, and use the MT4 mobile. So I'll take us straight to our PlayStation. Click on PlayStation, and on your PlayStation, in your search bar, you type in MT4. You type in MT4 just as I've typed it in here, and you click on the search button. You see it brings out your MT4 here. Then you click on it to download. So once you're done with downloading, you go to the MT4 app as it were, and once you go to your MT4 app, it opens you up to a page like this. Now on this page, we'll be taking it line item by line item. Okay, the first line item to look at here is manage account. So I click on manage account, and on this page, on the topmost part, there's a plus sign which allows me to open my account. So here you have new account. You're either opening a demo account which is new, or you are logging into an existing account. For newbies, you'll be opening a demo account, and so you decide on the broker you'll be using. However, for someone with an existing account, you simply click on log into an existing account. Once you click on log into an existing account, you have an interface as this. Here you choose your desired broker, so you see I have Hot Forex, I have FBS, you have XNES, you have different brokers. So you decide on the preferred broker. Once you've done that, then you properly log in. Okay, then you properly log in. Now the next line item I'd like us to discuss is our quote. That was here. The second thing under manage account is your quotes. So on clicking on quote, it brings us to this page. Now these are the currency pairs I had already opened up at a certain point in time. So assuming the currency I want to trade or I want to observe is not currently opened, I simply go to the topmost side and you add currencies. So you are either selecting symbols for existing one, or let me switch on my mobile so you can see what I'm talking about, or these are the existing ones. Now I should be able to now the plus sign is back, so I click on this, and there I have the options of adding symbols. So I'm either adding a forex symbol itself, or I'm adding a forex indicator, or I'm adding a cryptocurrency pair, or indices, or stock. So this is how to add your symbol. So for instance, let me add Google. I've added Google. What you will see is that on this interface, because it's the last thing I added, you'll see that the Google currency is here at the bottom. So I can long press on it, and it gives me the option of opening the chart. Either I want to make a new order, I want symbol properties, or I want simple view. Okay, that's for our quotes. Then the next line item I would like us to discuss is the chart, which is the next under quote. So I click on chart. Now with this chart interface, this is where our trades occur. You can decide to zoom in by, just like you do on your Android, you long press your thumb on two different spots to zoom in, then you long press and zoom out. So let's look at that again. Zoomed in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. So basically that's your zoom in, zoom out function on your screen. Now let's look at the top bar of your trade interface. The first one we'll see here is a cross sign. The cross sign is called crosshair. What the crosshair does for you, I've clicked on it, see it has a plus sign anywhere it goes. What the crosshair does for you is allows you to detail a certain point. So you see my crosshair now shows me that I'm at 1.2598. That is the detail I want to see. Perhaps I want to see a detail down here. It's showing me I'm at 1.24902. So basically that is what your crosshair does. Now if you're done with your crosshair also, you have to click on it again to take it out, because with your crosshair on the screen you can't do any other thing. So that's for the first item on this interface. Now still on the chart, the second line item is the F function, which is your indicator icon. So we click on the F function and you see it brings us to the indicator icon page. Now with your indicator icon, you can do loads. As a technical trader, it's important you understand how your indicator works and how you can get the best out of them. Okay, so here is my indicator interface. We have some 3-4 major types of default indicators with our MT4 mobile. We have the trend indicators, you have the oscillators, you have the volume indicators, and Bill Williams indicators. Now the truth is, the trend indicator helps you to adjudge the direction of the existing trend vis-a-vis the previous prevailing trend. So with your trend indicators, you can decide if you are in an uptrend, a downtrend, or a sideways trend. Now with the oscillators, it's more like corroborates your trend indicators. What your oscillators does is that it allows you to know the state of the market, if the market is in an oversold state or overbought state. So you can know that the market is about or will soon change direction in the nearest time. Now the difference between oscillators as indicators vis-a-vis your volume indicator is that with your volume indicator, it also serves as an oscillator of some sort, but with the addition and the benefit of understanding the amount of or the volume of money existing in that market. So yes, while you have your oscillator showing you oversold or overbought signal, your volume indicator is also showing you oversold, overbought, either with monetary volume as backing it or otherwise. Okay, so that's on our indicators. Now the next line item would be the trade itself. So let's click on trade. Now this is the trade interface. Before we go to the trading interface, let's do further discuss on our trade page. The next line item to the F is our dollar sign, and what this dollar sign simply shows us is it helps us to know the currency pairs available to us. So once I clicked on this dollar sign, I have my BTC USD, USD CHF, on and on. You see, you can scroll down to see the currency pairs available to you. These are the currency pairs I had opened up from our quotes. So you can decide to add more from your quotes if what you want is not currently amongst this listed. Okay, so I can click on GBP NZD. Yes. Okay, the next line item is our time frame. That's the clock sign. With the time frame, you can decide to change from one specific time frame to another one. You can decide to compare what is happening on a time frame to another one. The truth is, lower time frames are quite volatile, but the higher, the longer the time, the more stable and less noisy the market is. So let's check 15 minutes time frame. This is it. You have the highs, the lows, and movements and all that. Meanwhile, if we go to the 4 hours time frame, the whiplash and the movement is less defined. The market is less noisier on the higher time frame. Okay, so that's on the time frame. Then the last icon on this trade page is for you to take a trade. Once you click on it, you come to this interface. On this trade interface page, you have the first line item, which you're seeing as market execution. However, what is there is that you have an opportunity to decide what kind of execution you want to take. If it's going to be market execution, if it's going to be a sell limit or a buy limit, if it's going to be a sell stop or a buy stop. That's it, the drop down bar menu once you click on it. Now, the second line item is the line item for your lot size. With your lot size, you can decide the amount you're risking per trade and the amount you stand to gain. The truth is, you have to understand your lot size to be successful as a trader. Your lot size can may or mar your trades. So a proper understanding of how to enter a trade with the right lot size will go a long way in keeping you as a consistently winning trader. Okay, so you have from 0.01 down to 1, but truth is you keep increasing your lot size. I can increase my lot size to 2, I can increase to 3, yet I can readjust to 0.2. So this is where you actually adjust and make decisions on your lot size. Okay, the next one I'll be talking about is where you have the 0 zeros on the left and the right side. This on the left hand side is where your stop loss will be inputted, while on the right side is where your take profit will be put. So with this, you can actually decide on how much you want to stand, you stand to risk on a trade, vis-a-vis how much you stand to gain when the trade goes favorably for you. Okay, so after you've input all the necessary figures you want, then if it's a selling market, you do sell by market. If it's a buy market, you do buy by market. However, if it is going to be a limit market, either a buy limit or a sell limit, you do buy limit, sell limit. Instead of by the market as you have here, it will be sell limit, buy limit. Okay, now a bonus point before we go. I want to talk to us about objects. Objects. Many people do not know how to use and leverage the object tool on their MT4 mobile. So to get to your object tool, long press on the screen and it comes up with this circle icon. Now, right beside the plus, which I called earlier the crosshair, you will see the objects icon, a combination of your circle, your square, and your triangle. So you click on the object icon. Now clicking on the object icon takes us to this. You see a drop bar which says add objects. You have different objects which you can pick on and enlist for a more thorough trading. So here you have your vertical lines, you have horizontal, all under lines. You could have your trend line and all the other elements there. Now you also have channels. You can decide you want to use your equidistance or you want to use your Andrews pitchfork. Also under these objects, you have the Gann. You have the Gann fan grid line. Still under this object, you have the Fibonacci. You have the retracement, the time zones, the fan, the arc. Then you have Elliott, and finally you have the shapes. With all these tools on your mobile, and better understanding of how to use each of them, you can actually change your trading game and keep as a consistent winner. Okay, so let's just play around with the objects before we go. Let's click on trend line. Now let's draw a trend line here. You see, I have 2 points meeting. So you see how I drew my trend line. Yes, that's it. So if I want to delete this also, I just long press on it and you see it gives me at the topmost, you see here H4 trend line and all the details, and I see the bin icon on the right hand side. Simply click on the bin icon to delete. Now if I want to edit the icon, in other words, if I want to make it thicker or thinner or I want to change color, I click on the pencil before the dustbin. So clicking on the pencil, this is where I'm able to change and adjust. I can change the pixel, I can change the color, I can change the pixel to how thick I want it to be or how thin I want it to be. So I can make it a 3 pixel, I can make it a 2 and all. Then, as I said, I can change the color, I can change it to purple. Then let's see. So you see I've changed it to purple. Now if I want to delete it outrightly, I long press on it again and I delete. Okay, thank you for joining. Please hit the subscribe button below and please share your thoughts, comments on your MT4 interface experience, how it has been, some new tricks you've learned, and also others can learn. Thank you. Bye.